what are some really sad facts? In Australia, there is a plant called the Gympie Gympie, which has such a severe sting that horses who brush against it throw themselves off cliffs because they'd rather die than continue to experience such terrible pain. Yeah, it happens to people too. I think it's because of the toxin in the needle-like fibers on the plant, and the pain lasts for weeks, months, and years. People beg for amputations, comas, painkillers, etc. Horrible plant. During the First World War, thousands of dogs were taken from families for the war effort, and when the war was over, most of them were just shot because it was cheaper than feeding them for the trip home and finding their homes. There is a genetic disease called FOP, where your muscles and tissue turn to bone, often called human statue disease. Eventually, people may have to decide whether they want to become frozen in a sitting or flat position for the rest of their lives. There are 8 unaccounted for American nukes, and literally an unknown quantity of missing Soviet nukes that range all the way from warheads to suitcase bombs. The leading cause of death among pregnant women is murder. Very often, it is the father of the child who does it. Your like and subscription will really help my channel. People with extreme scurvy start to have all of their old wounds open up. Everything with a scar is held together via an active process with collagen, and without vitamin C, just sort of stop. If a hamster gets too stressed, it will eat its kids. My female hamster had 7 babies. She ate 3 and suffocated the other 4. 2 weeks later, she broke out of her cage and found a mousetrap. That's a fun memory from my childhood. The reason dogs love squeaky toys is because they sound like small animals dying. Sloths only have enough energy for their weekly toilet trip to the jungle floor. If the baby falls from their underside in the trees onto the floor, they choose to preserve their energy and leave it to be eaten. Luckily, this doesn't happen much because sloths are too lazy to open their hands to get dropped. In their natural state, their hands are clenched, and unclenching them requires effort. There are more deaths due to mental health issues than all forms of violence combined, but for every mental health specialist, there are about 1,000 medical doctors. Penguins rape the hell out of anything that looks vaguely penguin-like or doesn't move. They do this to literally everyone, including their dead relatives. In fact, it was so widespread and astonishingly depraved that Scott's Antarctic expedition decided it was best not to raise the subject. They made notes in Greek for the scientists only. Cute, fuzzy little sea otters are known to rape baby seals to death. In fact, this happens regularly in the animal world. Ducks, dolphins, chimpanzees, they all do it. Rabies is terrifying. You can get it and not even know it. It might hit you right away, it might be in 3 years. But it doesn't matter, because once symptoms set in, you will die in agony, and it is incurable. Urine was used for teeth whitening and bleaching of clothes in ancient Rome. Yes, they rinsed their mouth with human and animal urine. For a very long time, urine was used to make wool cloth. Wool coats were worn by almost everyone in Victorian England, despite the fact that the clothes stank of urine every time they got wet, which, due to the lovely English weather, was pretty much constantly. Foreigners visiting London used to complain that the whole city and everyone in it stank of piss. A man once had a tapeworm get cancer. That cancer metastasized, and the man died from tumors of tapeworm throughout his entire body. A blue-ringed octopus found in the Pacific is a tiny and cute little guy, but one painless bite gives enough venom to kill 25 male adults. They swim literally everywhere where I live. In countries that require you to opt in to organ donation, fewer than 15% of people register. In the US, an opt-in country, 18 people die every day waiting for an organ transplant. But opt-out countries see over 90% of their population registered for organ donation. Horses can't throw up, so if they eat something bad or get a bad gas bubble, they just lay down and die. You should see a doctor if you have an erection lasting longer than 4 hours, because prolonged priapism can lead to gangrene of the organ. Blood goes in, deoxygenates, but can't leave, so there's no way for fresh, oxygenated blood to come in, causing the tissue to turn black and die. The threat of a deadly bird flu spreading to humans is always there. It takes just a little bit of negligence in screening chickens for this to happen. Often when pandas have more than one cub, they choose which one to keep and which one to abandon, since they can't take care of 2. Grizzlies are the complete opposite. If they only have 1 cub, they may abandon it and try next year to get several cubs. Your like and subscription will really help my channel. Thanks a lot for your donations.